So back to the set of
Queen of Katwe.
Yeah.
Well, it was a very challenging set.
Yeah.
Where Lupita and her children are in hospital, and Brian got an accident. We had the very first time to see an accident. Almost shouted on set. Almost shouted because that stunt,
like it looked
got
real.
me.
Yeah.
And they prepped us.
Right.
They prepped us, but still I got the shock of my life.
Welcome back to another episode of Kampala Mode. I'm really excited to share with you this amazing guest, Aggie.
Yes.
Does makeup. You beat the faces to the gods. So thank you for making the time.
You're welcome.
Yeah. If anyone may not know who you are, could you introduce yourself to the audience?
My name is Agnes Ahebwa. Okia. I'm married. I'm a makeup artist in Uganda, based in Kampala, with an experience of 10 years.
10 years. I mean, how does such a journey start? Like, where do you decide, oh, you know what, like, this is something I want to do? How did that start for you?
Normally, you do not decide when to start, because I did not start as a makeup artist, a professional one, but I started as a young child at my mother's workplace in the window market. My mother used to offload belts, second clothes, so I used to be with her, work with her, and during that time, I would go to the ladies in the market and cut their eyebrows. And then they give me like 1K, 2K. Actually, my mom never gave me pocket money during campus time. Because, from those ladies, I would make like at least 10,000 a day. And they were friendly. They would call my mom and tell her, send your girl. Yes, let her come and shape her eyebrows. That's when I went to my mother's friend who used to do her hair at that time. She was called Sarah. She still has a salon in Window Market, Kafumbe Mkasa Road. So that's where I learned how to do hair. And then I went, when I was at campus, I had a shop, a cloth shop in Wandegea on Bukoto. Utinda Bukoto Road, Wandegea. But during Chogam time, the government removed all those kiosks. Yes, they were removed so they could expand the road. So I would also supplement my business of hair, clothes, with cutting my clients' eyebrows. You'd come in and I tell you, but your eyebrow needs trimming. Can I give you an after sale service? So I cut it nicely, and then the client is like, tips you like 5, like 2, like that. So that's how I managed to go through campus. And later, as I went off, then I got married and I started to give birth. I didn't work again. So after my third child, I think, that's when I'm like, but am I going to be a housewife all my life?
Right.
And I'm like, but I have a skill. Because during that time, people who used to work in saloons were school dropouts, and I was already a graduate. I had been working.
What did you graduate with?
I did social sciences. Makerere University. And I passed with a second upper. So my mother was like, you can't do these things. Like during our time, they used to say hair styling, saloon work is for house girls, actually. House girls who have not gone to school. So I'm in my house and I'm like, God, am I going to be a housewife all my life? With all these challenges in marriage? No. And I'm like, I'm seated on my bed and I just hear a voice speaking to me, and I'm like, at that time, I'm a strong Christian. I'm a born-again Christian. So I really associate with the Holy Spirit a lot of times. So I was like, God, how am I going to stay in this kind of life? Am I going to beg all my life?
Right.
You know, being a housewife, you're a beg actually.
Right.
Everything
that you need,
yes, you have to beg. And God, I'm like, Then a friend calls me. My husband calls me. They had a party. His wife had come through, and she had known that I know makeup, so she had brought me a palette, a makeup palette.
Yeah. As I was saying.
Yeah. Then I'm like, okay, now I can do makeup.
Yeah.
I'm seated on my bed, and I feel like, yes, I can go. That's when I got my name. I said, if I start my business, what name should I call it? And then I like, call it Mem Exclusives. So I'm like, call it Mem. What does Mem mean? So I'm like, I start searching. And according to the Hebrew, it means letter 40, which means restoration.
Right.
So I'm like, I'll call it Mem. But as I went on, she gave me that palette as a present that very day.
Yes.
And like after like 3 days, it was my birthday. I didn't celebrate my birthday that time.
Okay.
And I got so hurt. But on the next day of my birthday, a friend calls me, which is 21st of November. Then she calls me. She's like, we have a photo shoot at I Love. Have you heard of I Love Studio? I didn't know I was going to work at I Love. So she's like, we are going to do a photo shoot. So I'm like, I'm going to do your makeup. And she's like, don't worry, there are makeup artists. Yeah. I'm like, which makeup artists? So we go. I tell her, Amin, they know I love photography, I love pictures, so they call me for pictures. She had gotten, by that time my love was giving a free photo shoot for their clients, and a new vision, she has a new vision package. So I go there and I meet this lady. She's called Rachel at Hiring. She's like, I'm like, you're doing exactly what I want to do. Yeah. Because I was practicing on YouTube. I was practicing doing simple things in my house, in my bedroom. Yeah. And on my children, babies. So she's like, I'm like, you're doing what I want. Can you teach me? She's like, you know what? You came at the right time. I'm going to further my school. I'm going to do a master's. She was going to do a master's. So I need someone to stand in for me. Okay. But I don't know how to teach. Right. If you can watch me, you can learn and come and stay in my place as I go. I'm like, wow. Do you see I'm getting a job now? Yeah. So I say, I'll come. So I go home. That day, I took pictures with my friends. The photo shoot went well. She did on me a very nice subtle makeup look. And at that time, they had partnership with NBS, NTV, NBS, and New Vision. Yeah. To see how I'm getting into business. So I come, and the next day I come, I start learning. I go and practice. And these were her words. You are going to go places. So I'm like, and then she was like, do you know you're talented? Because that very day when I went back, I did the eyebrow and it was perfect. Yeah. I did the makeup, was perfect. But remember, I've been practicing and I've been working on it, but not professionally. And I had met a gentleman in 2000, and I guess that was, I was still working with I3C. It's a computer company. Okay. Yeah, I was still working with a computer company doing websites. Okay. So I had met a gentleman called Mr. Wawuyo. Michael Wawuyo. So I did for him a website. Now, that day when I got to I Love, I met a lady also called Kose. She was working with Beneath the Lies, and she had done special effects. Okay. And I had been practicing them at home. And I wanted to be a makeup artist, but I really wanted special effects. Okay. So I'm like, can you teach me? She's like, no, I don't teach. Like, who's gonna teach me? Yeah. But I used to go, during my time, I used to go to the National Theatre, see how people do the things. So I called a friend at National Theatre because I wanted to open up a page. When Rachel showed me, she told me, you must open up a page, name it. But her page was Makeup by Ray. Yes. Her page was Makeup by Ray.
Yes.
But remember, my name is supposed to be Meme exclusive. So I'm like, but let me call my name Makeup by Aggie.
Right.
So that's how I get Makeup by Aggie.
Okay. Yeah.
So I go, I tell this girl, there was a cafe. By those times, we would use only cafes, not so much on phone, things like that. So I call her, I'm like, I want to come to the cafe and I want to open up my page. I know I'm doing makeup, I've been doing makeup. But she tells me, have you met Michael Wawuyo? I'm like, yes. But he's a makeup artist. And me, I didn't know him as a makeup artist. Yes.
Michael Wawuyo,
the senior.
Actor? Yes.
Yes. He's the father of special effects.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, but I have seen you do some small things. Look for that guy. He will train you. I get my phone. I call Michael Wawuyo. I'm like, Uncle. No, I called him Michael Wawuyo just like that. But he's normally called Uncle. According to the theater. So I'm like, I went to do makeup. It's like, but you've been doing makeup. Where have you been? Hey. So he's like, there's a project coming up, and I know you can do it.
Okay. Yeah.
So he tells me, send in your application, sends it to Queen of Katwe. So, so I become the makeup artist from Uganda, the official makeup artist from Uganda on Queen of Katwe.
Damn. Yeah.
Do you see how the connection is? That's how I started to be a professional makeup artist. Yeah. And the rest is history.
Yeah. I'm curious, the transition from housewife to the professional space. How was that conversation? Was it seamless? Was it full support? Was there some friction?
There was no full support. Remember, I had been working, then I went back to raise children.
Yes.
I had left my job.
At that point, how young was the youngest?
Oh, her baby, 7 months.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yes, it was a baby, and I got to Queen of Katwe. It was a baby. So my partner that time did not agree with it. But I had a very supportive house help.
Right. Yeah.
Yes, the house help who I got when I got her when I was about to give birth. That she came today and I gave birth the next day. So she was very helpful. And she was a mature woman. So I take up this project. I took in sent in my CV. Yeah. And then I had a Skype interview. Yeah. That's when I got the job. Because they literally didn't want someone who has been so much in beauty. Okay. And at that time, I was not so much in beauty makeup. I was still finding myself. Right. So I get that job. And my husband was not supportive. Because there were weird hours. Yes. There were weird hours. And I was going into a new field I didn't know about. Like working on a professional international movie set. That was my first one. Right. Well, we had been having these normal local ones. There's a space I jumped there. There was New Vision, there was NTV, there was NBS. So I was
for the TVs, what kind of makeup were you doing?
Beauty.
Just like for the presenters,
the news anchors, photo shoots. There are photo shoots.
Gotcha.
And later there was, they normally used to come to studio for photo shoots, for professional photo shoots. At that time we had the best photographers. If I'm allowed, I can say their names. We had, what was his name? O'Neill. Okay. O'Neill. We had Fred Bugembe. Oh yeah. Then they were the best in Uganda at that time. So every TV station would come through. It was at Kololo. My husband did not support that project because we would come from in the morning at 5. Right. I leave home. Yeah. I'm supposed to be on set by 5. Right. So a car picks me up at 3. Oh, yeah. Like I'm supposed to be ready by 3:30. At exactly 4, we are driving out. And my husband is a night man, so it's literally maybe just coming and I'm getting out. Right. Yes. Oh, yeah, that must have been tough. So he's like, "How are you going to do this?" because me, I'm in the music. You now, the baby, like no breakfast, nothing.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
and it was very demanding because we would go like from 5 to 10 in the night.
Yikes. When would you sleep? My God.
Yes, and then I have to go back and breastfeed.
Yes.
From around.
How
Actually, I would spend with my baby only like 2 hours.
My God, yeah.
2 hours. And at that time, I had a back problem. But I persevered. And I said, I'm going to go through with this project.
Yeah.
And my periods were very tough. So every time I came back, I was really tired. I'd come sleeping in the car. I would go sleeping in the car.
Yeah.
And I had to go to Munyonyo, meet my spirit, and then we drive to location.
Yes.
That's what she wanted. But it gave me a training, which has kept me going now. Yeah. When I train everybody that I've trained is good in the field. So after that project, it was really, sometimes my husband had to try to drive to location and see if exactly I don't know really what he wanted to see, but he came to location.
To make sure, that it was, did he eventually lose the reins? Did he eventually be like, okay, let's...
No, but he's a very quiet man. It's very hard if you do not know him to know if this has really hurt him or not. Right. Because he's very quiet and very reserved. So even when he's bringing up points, you must be very keen to really understand the audacity and the intensity of his meaning.
Right.
Yeah, if you're not critical, you may think it's... Yeah. So it really strained my marriage a bit. But not so much. Okay. Because I think he was also tired. He wanted to see how far I would go.
Yeah.
You know, she's been here, but she knew I was a hardworking woman. Because before that baby, I had been working.
Yeah.
Before that baby, I had lost a child. That's when I went back. To work. Okay. Yes. And I could not stand the conditions at work. I was under depression. I had to resign.
Yeah. Was that the point when you were doing the website?
Yes. Okay. So I resigned and stayed home. That's when this baby came in. Yeah. That's when this baby comes in. My husband wanted to see. He thought maybe I would heal. Yeah. Because I had failed to heal. I don't think I ever healed from that instance, but what I know is I went on and I had to persevere. Sometimes we would go from the days we were not going to work, the next day we would go till 4 in the morning, from 5 to 4 in the morning. Yeah. Then the next day you would not come to work. Right. And then you would come the next day like that.
Gotcha.
So you can imagine juggling between a baby and work. So, but it gave me a training. It taught me how to work under limited light, a lot of stress. Right. And I started to at least appreciate the little time I would spend with my baby, with everybody around me. But many times I would be breastfeeding the baby and I just black out. Yeah. And the nanny comes and fix the child and cover me.
Wow.
So that's
been so tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so curious how you kept going, especially since it was, I feel like something that you were just inspired to do. And it's, I'm curious how did you ever think of giving up at any point?
No.
Never.
I have loved makeup. I have loved beauty since I was a child. Okay. So I really loved makeup. Yeah. So every time I was working and being around people, new people, at onset I met very different people. There were South Africans, there were people from US, and there was love. There was that love from different people. And I at that time I was a butterfly. I can say I was a butterfly. I was trying this, trying that. finding my way.
Yeah.
I had been on other sets, but not as intense as this one, because this was like about 600 people. Yes, this was really big, about 600 people.
Were you the only makeup artist on
From
set?
Uganda.
From me. Okay.
Yeah, we were 3 makeup artists.
Yeah.
2 from South Africa, 1 from Uganda.
Okay.
And I was the only makeup artist from Uganda.
Yeah.
And I had to associate with stars from Hollywood.
Right.
And
yeah.
But I realized the males were not so diva like. And the fact that I had worked with people from NTV, NBS, those are the celebrities we have today.
Right.
Yes. And my first client had been Shiba Kalunji.
Okay.
The first paying client, the very first one.
Could you tell me about that moment?
So I have to come to studio and do Shiba's makeup. And that was her birthday makeup. The pictures went viral, but at that time I didn't know how to post. Yeah. I didn't have a page. Yeah. No, I had a page, but I didn't know how to publicize myself.
Right, right.
Like social media was not that big, but she looked so sweet. But when I was working with her, she was really disciplined. Okay. And yeah, she was. And she paid me nice.
Thing of like, oh, I need to
she gives you a chance.
Okay.
She trusted me.
Yeah.
So it comforted me. So from her, the rest is history. Sheila, I had Fabiola, I had many people in my list who used to come through. Yeah. So I didn't find it, but it was exciting because it was my first payment. Right. And it was 50,000.
Right. Period.
Yeah, it was good money.
Yeah.
At that period. And I was happy. And from that time, rest is history. So back to the set of Queen of Katwe.
Yeah.
Well, it was a very challenging set.
Yeah. What kind of like makeup did you have to do? Was it like just like making people look natural for the camera? Was there like
it was making people dirty.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it was making people dirty.
Yeah.
Making people old a bit. Making the young ones look exhausted.
I never considered that was makeup. You know, sometimes you see like people and you just assume that they were like rolling in the dust. Yeah.
No, that was made.
Yeah.
Rolling in the dark. Like we had hospital scenes. We had scenes where they were playing chess. We had scenes at the beach, at Gaba Beach. We had throwbacks. We had wounds. Yeah, we had accidents. Many of the scenes were cut out actually. But we had a hospital, like 3 hospital scenes where Lupita and her children are in hospital and Brian got an accident. We had the very first time to see an accident. Almost shouted on set. Almost shouted because that's
like it looked
got me.
Yeah.
And they prepped us.
Right.
They prepped us, but still I got the shock of
still
my
caught you off guard. Yeah.
And I think that the most exciting period in my career was that accident. Yeah. Seeing how the accident was made. Yeah. Oh God, the boy was hit, flying up in the air and then done pa, and it was in seconds. Yeah. I'm like, they literally held me like this because it looked like the guy was really knocked. The speed at which the car was on, the speed at how he was raised. Oh God, it was exciting, shocking. Yeah, like as I talk about it right now, I can see. So that was, and I had to produce him. The next day we had to do his wound. Right. Yes, his wound, and this one did not have to look fresh. Okay. Yeah. It needed to look like it. This guy was hit, and time passed. So that was the most exciting part of that set. And another part that I can't forget about Queen of Katwe is when Irene Kulabako showed up. Jesus. This was exciting.
Yeah.
Why? Because Irene Kulabako was my dream girl, as you grow up.
Yeah.
And she was a presenter on UBC, I guess, at that time. And every time I would see her, I was like, God, will I ever meet this girl? She was hot. During those days. I think every girl who wanted, because my dream was to be a host on TV. I wanted to host. And then she's there. She's a host. She's the Oprah of Uganda.
Period. Yeah.
She's on set and I have to touch her and I have to do her makeup.
Right.
But she was on the same set with Shiba again.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah. How did you deal with like that starstruck moment? Were you just like, did you lock in and you immediately?
I have, when I'm shocked or surprised, I freeze.
Okay.
Yes. So I get a freeze moment. Then I think my brain starts to reset. So I was like, we had to do her hair. They had to do her hair and then I had to do her makeup. And then I had to stay on set and touch her up.
Right. Yeah,
I even have those pictures.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
I really had to tell her.
Oh, that was nice.
That you're my dream girl.
Yeah.
And I gave her stars. But I continued working. I think the most time where I almost failed to work, when I was literally shaking, is when I was working on Sheila. Every time I would be putting on her, getting to her eyes and putting on her lashes or something, my hands would shake.
Why were they shaking?
I really love this girl.
Ah, okay.
And I really loved her. Sheila Gashumba.
Okay.
So, because as a makeup artist for 4 years, yes. And every time, like, I was becoming obsessed. That's what I should say. Okay. Because every time, that's when I think I have gotten a starstruck kind of thing people talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Because every time I would be working on her, my hands would shake.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. And then another time when I think I was really shocked, when I really had that, when I was working on Pastor Imelda Kola. Yeah. When I was doing her makeup, I think I also had that. I experienced that. Nervousness a bit.
Yeah.
No, not any other time, because then I would have experienced it with Lupita, but I didn't. I didn't at that time. So that starstruck kind of moment. Yeah. I think I've had it like twice, but I can still have it now. When I meet someone I really love.
Who would be that person that I feel like you'd be dying to work on right now?
The Queen of Buganda.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
An inspiration, yes.
Yeah.
I think if I met her, I would be starstruck.
Yeah. And she's not like everywhere, like, so you can't just.
I've met her several times, but
it was never in a situation. Okay.
Look, being a makeup artist is, you are a therapist.
Right.
You get to spend a lot of time with that person. And most of the people end up opening up. Yeah. So you kind of talk to people to their hearts. Right.
And I feel like the fact that, women and beauty, like they hold it in such high regard. So the fact that they have given you that
their face, the trust.
Right. Yeah.
Like you are like, will it come out? And actually, I think the most problem I've gotten with many people is like you're too perfectionist. Yeah. Like I will do your makeup and then I'll say,
no, let's change it. Let's add this. Yeah.
Like you never leave.
Yeah.
Like actually on set they'll have to tell me,
stop. No, we're over. Yeah, stop.
Because if I go back and I'm like in the camera, I'll see and I'm like,
You're like, this I've added. Yeah.
This wound is. And I have had that incident when I was doing the sabotage. And I asked the director, is the wound okay? He's like, we will do with that.
Like, that sounds like you didn't quite.
I'm like, and then I'll just continue with the brush. And then when it comes out, everybody's like, wow. Yeah. And I think another thing about being a makeup artist, you will critique yourself before others do.
Right, yeah.
You have already marked yourself before others do.
Absolutely. How do you deal with like other people doing your makeup? Because I feel like as a makeup artist who already has high standards, by the time someone else touches your face,
oh my God,
yeah,
it is a hassle. Just right now, I didn't want to do my makeup today, so I call one of my former students. She's doing great. She's teaching.
Yeah,
I'm like, you're going to do my makeup, and she's like, really? I'm like, yes, you're going to do my makeup. So I drive, I go to her, and I see it, and she's like, are you sure? So you came all the way here. She's called Shamia. She's in Natere, and she does good makeup. She did my makeup. And I'm like, I see it. But by the time she's done the eyebrow, I'm already almost picking the brush. Yeah. I'm like, okay. And then she's doing the lips. I'm like,
right,
let's add that.
Right.
Let's add that. So it's stressing. It's like sitting in your driver and someone else is driving, and you're sitting in the front. You end up stepping on the brakes.
Right, that are not there.
Like, you think this guy is going to drive me off the road, and
you're like mentally making different decisions than they are. Yeah,
but it takes trust. Sometimes it takes. So there are only 2 of my students that have done my makeup, and that is the Beats by Derek and Shamia.
Okay, Beats by Derek is your student.
And he's now in Canada.
Yeah,
he was my student, but he did my makeup before he left.
Okay,
I think 2 people, but. You'll be very picky. You will be like, I think we should use the other color.
Right, yeah.
How about we add something here? And I'm like, she's like, you have started.
Yeah.
You have started. You really.
Yeah.
So it's really challenging to let someone else touch your face. And I think there's one time I really had to calm down and let someone do my makeup. That's when I was actually chill. I knew if I had done my makeup, I would be different. It would be very different from the bride, and I would outshine I would really stand out. So I had to calm down and let this other makeup artist
do their thing. How they have
strange one do my makeup.
Yeah.
It was a very challenging moment for me. I ended up doing my makeup on the wedding. She did my makeup on the introduction, and then I'm like, on the wedding later. Way. I didn't even post the pictures. I'm like, no way, I'm doing my makeup for the wedding.
Did the bride mind?
No, she didn't. Because we changed the makeup artist.
Okay.
I told her,
we also agreed that it was not
change the makeup artist, and let someone do. But there are very good people there. They are very good makeup artists over the years who have learned from the pioneers who are us. Yeah. So I think they are good.
What makeup artists on the scene currently do you give props to?
Credit?
Yeah.
There are many.
Quite a few.
Someone who I would really give credit to, Imani is good.
Yeah.
Man is good. And there are many. There's Nani. There are those girls that are not known.
Yes.
That have not been out there. But they have really good makeup.
Definitely.
Like Shamia has good makeup. And I think because after Queen of Katwe, the hustle was too big. I said, I need to have family time. I need to do something. So I decided to back off, and then I did another 2-3 projects. I did the coffee shop. Yeah. I did Papi, the movie. I did there's another project there. Then I said, set things, take a break.
Okay.
Now let me do family. But then family, I didn't want to be a housewife again. So I decided to do beauty and perfect the beauty.
Gotcha.
Yeah, as I had perfected the special effects with me, Mr. Michael Aoyo, he really taught me. And I had perfected it. At that time, I think it took 5 years down the road when we had only 3 special effects makeup artists in Uganda. It was me, Shakila, and Dante. Yeah. Who were doing special effects. And amidst all of them, it was me doing beauty and special effect perfectly. Yeah. So I said, now that I've perfected the special effects thing, let me go and do beauty, because beauty gives me time to spend with my family and raise my children. Yes, I really wanted to raise my children my way. So I go back to beauty. Because
I think it's a lot more, first of all, the time frames are much smaller, right? Because on set, you're there the whole day.
Set is more demanding.
Yeah.
Set goes midnight hours. There's a project I'm working on right now, Kampala Nightlife, and we have been shooting, and it is demanding, beautiful. Yeah, it's good.
What is the makeup vibe on Kampala Nightlife? Are you
beauty.
Like, it's
glam
beauty looks? Okay, yeah.
Glam. It's glam makeup. And it's beautiful, and it's loading soon. Yeah. And I think right now I have like 2 projects on.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes. So there's men. It's called Fired Men. There's Fired Men in Kampala Nightlife, and they're all coming soon. Yeah. So what gave me really a vibe to come into beauty was to spend time with my family, and my children, and then let my husband come to terms with this thing he does not understand. Yeah,
even 5 years down the line.
Yeah, he really my family and marriage and work. I think God, the way God had programmed it, women were not to work. It's just that the situations change. You need money in your pocket, and I would advise girls out there to really work.
Have
your own money.
Right. Yeah.
Being a beggar is no option, girl. Have your money.
Yes. And these days it's very glamorized, and people are just like, oh, take the money, da 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 da. But
it's really not. I wouldn't advise someone to be a housewife, because I was a housewife for more than 6 years, and it's not good. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good.
It's not sustainable.
No, like you will hate your spouse. Right. You will hate your spouse. Yeah. And your marriage will be strained. Because there are certain things you can't tell him. Right. You have a family, friends, you want to go for party, and today people go for party every night. You want to do your nails, you want to do your hair. Yeah. You want new clothes, new shoes.
And justifying that. And a lot of times, like when it comes to like the process of beauty, a lot of times men don't kind of get it. They're just like, no, you're pretty as you are. Why do you need to add anything? And it's like, no, I need the bundles. I need to go to do my nails. I need to do these things for me. And
actually, during my time when I'm working with brides, I find it hard for men to really understand why a bride would have a piece of a wig of 2.5 on her hair, and then makeup for 1.5. Why?
They're seeing the bill and they're like, these things are going to wash off at the end of the day, but it's worth it. 100%. Yeah. I'm curious about like the clients that sit in your chair, and like how you are as a makeup artist. So why I'm saying this is like, do you prefer the people who are more of like a yapper, they're telling you this, they're telling you that, we're having this conversation, or they are those like silent clients who just come in, they're like, okay, I need a face for this and and then they're like in their own space, either zoning out or on their phone or something like that?
over time I've met many, but a client who is on her phone and zones out, but there are those ones that are really quiet and they let you do your thing. There are those ones that are always on the phone. And there are those ones that are always, there are those ones talking on phone. There are those ones chatting on phone. There are those ones that just lay back and sleep. And there are those ones that will tell you their story. So
which one do you really prefer?
I would not say I prefer any. Because they all have a different vibe.
True.
But it is much easier to work with a relaxed client. Because what we call bridezillas.
Right.
I've met one. Actually, the most challenging time in my career working with brides is when I worked on a bride. She was from the Wabatoro, I think. She came for a trial. We did a very nice trial. She went back. She accepted. She paid me fully. I go home. I work on her. And as I finish, like this, her auntie comes in and rubs off everything. Jesus. I saw the bride cry. I saw her shrink. It was painful, and I was supposed to rush somewhere. Literally, her auntie brought me a bottle of wine and told me, "Do you see this picture?" There's a picture they had taken of her playing. She told me, "Can you do this makeup? This is how I want her." But we have spent hours working. It was natural.
And of all the things, it's the bride herself who likes it.
She picked a lace shoe from somewhere.
Are you serious? Oh God.
It was not nice. And she rubbed it off. And she told her in the shoulder, "Your husband will not see you. Your husband wants you this." But remember, this is the guy who paid for the makeup because they came together. The guy was like, "Ali, can you just do something for me?" After the aunt had left. I'm like, what do we do now? Because all the, the layers, the delicate process has just been wiped off. And at that time, we would not do a lot, actually. I did foundation, I did powder, and I put for her simple lashes and lipstick. She wanted a little pink red lip.
I mean, that sounds so simple.
So simple. No eyeshadows.
No contour. What?
No. But then the auntie pulled off the eyelashes, and it's painful. And
some people can be evil.
I think that was the worst scenario I had in my career so far.
Wow. But at least it wasn't that the bride herself didn't like it. Some people, especially...
Actually, she tipped me and she apologized for my time. But I was rushing. I had another client at the studio and I had another bride somewhere else. So I'm like, later I call her and I'm like, "How are you?" She's like, "I'm okay. But I don't like the pictures. I think we shall come and take other pictures some other day." But why would you spoil someone's day? It's not your day.
That's
the
thing.
Day.
And she likes it. That's the thing. Because even if it was a different situation where she's like, is it too much? If she was asking, is it too much or something like that? But for them to come and
literally just entered. Told her, what have you done?
That's so sick.
And her husband liked it. Because they had come for a trial together. They had taken pictures together. It was painful. It was really painful.
Oh gosh. I mean, was there one of those? I feel like you've told me a few really nice moments that you had with makeup, but the bridal space especially, because it's such a special moment in someone's life. Is there one that stands out to you where you were just like, okay, everything worked out so perfectly and she really shone
perfectly? Actually, all my brides turn out perfect. Yes, they do. But yes. And I am very picky in choosing to do my braids. That's why I've not been in that space so much.
Yeah. Wait, when you say picky, what's the criteria?
Like when
what counts you out?
What really counts me out is if you come to me and you literally have so many doubts about me, I tend to refer you to someone else.
Yeah.
I do very many referrals. Yes, when you come to me and like we try out this, that, in the midst of your talking, you're like, oh wow, you know this. I'm like, but have you tried some so and so? Like just by the way, and I'm like, have you tried so and so? Because there's nothing as painful as working on a bride and they come out and like, there's one I worked on. And she went out and she was gorgeous and the sun was scorching. They didn't give her an umbrella. She started sweating. I started freezing. I'm like, God, just help me. Yeah. And
was it a Kwanjula or?
It was a Kwanjula.
Okay.
And matrons tend to be in competition with the brides. So I'm like, touch her up.
Right. Yeah, you're supposed to be her right hand. Yeah.
And this is like she wants that to drop.
She's serious.
And I'm like, why? But lucky enough, my makeup stays, and even if you sweat, the sweat will literally come out like straight and drop,
not like with makeup. Yeah.
You know? So she comes back, we do the touch-ups. She's like, I don't like the hair because my matron says it's not good. I'm like, okay. Let me do that.
Was that matron like a sister, a friend?
A friend. I failed to really understand the relationship. I really didn't understand the relationship. But then we managed to go about that.
Yeah.
I think the most beautiful bride I ever had. We had her. She was in Bara, I think. No, not Bara. This side of Chanja. Yeah, she looked very stunningly beautiful. She chose a look I had done on Zahara Toto. Okay. Before I lost my makeup by Aggie page, which was hacked and deleted. So I ended up picking my name again. Yeah, the name I told you about the Memex.
I was wondering because there's a time I looked for your original page.
It was gone because someone hacked in it, deleted it, and I don't know how they did it. I could not have my name again.
Such haters! Oh my goodness!
I could not have the name again. I tried, I couldn't. Yeah. So I'm like, I sit on my bed because my bedroom is my sanctuary. Yeah. I sit on my bed and I'm like, God, what do I do? Then a small voice tells me, I do not protect what I don't start. Like, what? I do not protect what I don't start. I literally gave you a name and you didn't pick it.
The name.
So that's how I go back to Memex. Okay. I make it Meme exclusive, and my bosses are like, this is too big. Right. They're like, how? Yeah. So I'm like, Memex Studios. Yeah. That's it, how I have it. So like I was telling you about the bride. That bride, she picked a picture I had done on Zahara Toto. She had, I originally loved mixing colors and I introduced the ombre lip in Uganda. I introduced it. And the first time I did an ombre lip was pink, the one that is trending right now, pink, purple, and a little nude in between. I posted it on Mama Tendo. Oh gosh, Jesus! Those really
reactions.
I got 1,000 negative comments. And someone told me, can she look for Rachel? Can she look for Eva? Just leave makeup. You can't do this. There's that time the internet was cyber rocking. Everybody commented they abused my client. Her lips are too fat. How could she do double lips? See that? Can she do one color lip? Oh my God.
It's funny, people hate what they don't understand. So if they've never seen it before,
they really hated it.
Yeah.
They really hated that clip so much.
Right.
And my boss called me. That's when I was still at iLab. He tells me, you know what, Aggie, she's your friend, but pull down that picture now. And I was on my bed freezing. People wonder why now when someone attacks me on in the Instagram or Facebook or social media, I do not react because I have gone through it.
Right. Yeah.
There's a time when they can throw insult on the internet, and you freeze in your own room, and these people do not even know what you're going through.
Yeah, they don't care.
And
you know, with the internet space, because they don't see you. So they don't feel like it's a real person behind anything that you're doing. So they just talk. They just say what they want to say.
So when I was holding my phone and I was reading these messages and they kept coming. Leave makeup. You can't do makeup.
Were you still confident in that look after you like, oh, this is something I'm still going to recreate? I know it ain't, but they will not. Okay.
I pulled down the picture, yes. But under all those 1,000 comments, I realized just one person.
Okay.
She said, this is beautiful. Agnes, you're good, and you will do my wedding look.
Yeah.
And I think 5 years down the road, she still came through.
Serious.
1 week later, she came with her husband, and they did a shoot. And she came again. They were going to travel. She's called Anne. She was traveling, and then she brought her wedding to me. And when they were in the meeting, and everybody was against me working much, she said she will do my makeup. So I made this 1,000 people.
It doesn't matter.
And I stood on this one person. And I continued adding colors. This time I did not do just purple. I did orange. I did yellow. I did sun colors. I would mix like blue, green, like that. I had a black lip. And I went on. And I didn't go back.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, you sound unstoppable. I feel like there's nothing that like shakes you when it comes to that space.
No. Literally, as in my personality, when I say I'll do something, I do it. Like I have that commitment inside me. If I'm not going to do something, I will not. But if I'll do it, I tell you I will. No matter what, even if it's midnight and I tell you I'll come, as long as we not have agreed on time, I will come at midnight and I'll be at your door. I'll make sure I'll come. So when I'm doing something, no matter how many people shout, but I'll just take an example of my marriage. When we were getting married with my husband, literally everybody was against that relationship. Everybody, the church, the people I had.
Because like he's in the music scene and what?
He wasn't at that time. But we were from two different worlds. I was, like I told you, I was a butterfly. I was small, young, everywhere you go. And he's this reserved young man. People like, you will not manage that girl. And they were like, he's too young, you're too young. It was.
When you said too young, how old were you when you got
I was so young. When I started my relationship with my husband, I was 19 years old.
Oh wow.
Yes, I was 19 years old. And when we had our first baby, we were literally young. Actually, I remember carrying my baby to church and everybody was telling me how to treat the baby. Like, every old woman would come to us.
You have new tips every single person.
Tell us how to carry them. And I didn't know how to carry him. I didn't, but I had my mother, I had everybody. So, like, what I'm trying to say is, do not stop if you think you're on the right track. There are people who don't stop when they're on the wrong track. When you're doing something wrong, and they're trying to stop you, and then you keep going. That's wrong. Unless you're in the right track, unless you're on the right road, keep going. Because if you keep going and you're on the wrong track, you surely will crash. But if you go on the right track, look for the one positive. Remember the one positive comment?
The one that keeps you going, yeah.
Because I remember that time, Mona also, I think it was Mona, she did Juliana Kanyomozi's makeup, and she was also backlashed. I think it's either Rasio or Mona at that time.
After I remember in the early days, I think she was one of those people who would really layer on the makeup, and people were not used to that.
And it would look, I think it was Juliana's makeup, and that shoot, and that picture. Oh God, I didn't comment that God. And at that time, the Mama Tendo ladies, oh my God, I don't know who those ladies were, but they would drive the internet, and it was Facebook.
Yeah, yeah.
But after that, many came to my inbox, and I got about 70 brides.
Are you serious?
Yes, 70 brides. Because I had to travel. There's a day I had a bride in Entebbe, I had a bride in Bushenyi, and I had a bride in Bukoto on the same day.
How do you split yourself into three like that?
Now, let me tell you about that story. It was really interesting.
Okay.
I saw this bride. Me and Mora's point, when you come to me, I'll tell you blankly.
Yeah.
Girl, I'm not available. And she said, I want you. I'm like, unless I do your makeup at midnight, it will stay until evening.
Yeah.
And I'll leave you with 2 people.
To do touch-ups. Okay, okay.
And she's like, but 2 people can't match up to you. At least leave me 3.
Yeah.
I'm like, you need 3 assistants, girl. Okay, I'll leave you 3 assistants. Then I told the one in Bukoto I was supposed to do her makeup at around 3 a.m. Yes. I had hair, makeup, makeup, hair, makeup of all those 3 brides. I had to style their hair, fix it, do their makeups.
Because being a bride is not easy. So after doing someone's makeup at midnight, how do you sleep? You sleep with like a neck pillow, and you just...
And this bride the mother was really happy. So they didn't really know how, if it was. She had, in the morning I had to do her, she was first going for the court wedding. Then after court, then she will do the introduction in the morning. Okay. And then she does the wedding after. Yeah. So I had to do her makeup the previous day, and she goes to court. So that worked as a trial. Okay. So I did her makeup.
Those are on 2 different days. Okay.
Then she was perfect.
Yeah.
She goes to court. No, they're not 2 different. It's the same day. Early morning, she's going to court. Okay. And then you said that was the trial. Wait. No, it was the previous day. It was a Friday. She had to do her court session. So I do her court. Then she goes home. But I'm supposed to come at midnight. Yes. Remove that. Yeah. Restyle her hair. Yeah. And put what she's going to go through for her introduction and her wedding. Right. Then I have to come back at around 7 and touch her up. Yeah. But then I'm like, I may not make up. And I'm a mother. I just gave birth to a baby. The baby is like 3 days. No. 3 days, 3 months. 3 days. Okay, where would you find the sleep? Do you not sleep? Are you a vampire? It's okay, can't tell me. No. No, because it's just the love of what I do that drives me. So I'm like, I think the baby was like 1 week. Yeah. 1 week. Yes, because the one that I had when the baby was 1 day. The way I like rest. The way I like to rest. No, when I'm resting, after I really rest. After something as monumental as childbirth, I don't think I would want people would not see me for like people half a year. I think I'd be like, no, like you work. Yeah. Okay. So I'm like, I do her makeup. She goes to court, and at midnight, I go do her hair and makeup. We drive back to Kampala at around 3. At around no. that day is when I had that guy in Bukoto. I did her makeup from 3 to 5. Then she came in. I did her makeup and whatever at around 5. Then she went. So that very night, after doing this bride and everything and her introduction and her whatever, those are 2 brides, I had to go at midnight and do her makeup that side. In Entebbe.
Yeah.
So after doing her makeup at Entebbe at around 3, I come pick the child because we are traveling now to Bushenyi. My driver, I tell him now we are going. At 3, I lay back. I put the baby in the other seat. Yeah. I laid down on the second seat and I sleep throughout the journey to Bushenyi. Okay. So at around 7, we are in Bushenyi. Yes. So at 7, even the bride would not believe her eyes.
So you had told her before that you were going to still...
No, I told her I will not sleep over.
Okay.
I will come in the morning.
Yeah.
At 7. At 7, I'm already in Bushenyi. I call her, I'm here. Give me directions. She's like, what? Yes, I'm here. So we go to her because we had to drive back and forth, looking for her place. At around 9, I'm at her place. I do her hair, her makeup. At midday, I am done. Yeah. She's ready to go. Wow. She gives me my balance. Yeah. I drive off.
Did you even remember to eat?
I ate in between intervals. It was such a day. I drove back to Entebbe and at around 7 in the night. Yeah. And the bride is changing. Yes.
You were there for the touch-up.
I'm at Chigo. I'm there for the touch-up. She comes in and I can chat like,
and you're not easy. You're not easy. Yeah.
I'm like, here I am, lady. Yeah. Have everything. I change her hairstyle, change her face, change her lips, and she's good to go. Yeah. Then the cameraman is like, Gwe, when did you come back? Remember, I have a baby in the car and another sister to the baby in the car. Okay, yeah. So the driver is like, go, let's go. Right. I'm like, I first wait and see her enter. The bride was happy. I think that was the happiest bride ever. Because she was really shocked. Yeah. I left her three extra people and I showed up. And she's like, but did you really go to Bushenyi? Right. Yes, I'm like, I did and I'm back. So I go home. I slept for a whole week. Oh my God. That's when I rested. Oh my goodness. That's when I rested.
But you said 70 brides came into your DMs.
I got 70 people.
Yeah. Yes. Did you work on all 70 of them or did you refer some of them somewhere else?
They were not in the same interval. Right. So I had them, when they all come, you don't, when you negotiate, not all of them will accept your prices. Right. And I was branded at that time as the most expensive makeup artist in Kampala. So many of them would like, can I ask? She's really expensive. Can I ask? Yeah.
Because I mean, of course, the red card has gone up. Times have changed. We have already passed that season. So if I was a bride in that season, what year was that?
That's 2015, 16.
So if I came to you in 2016, I said I want to get married. Trial and, Queen Jira and the wedding.
If you had a full package, that would be 1.5. Oh. If you had one, that would be 650. That would be 350. It was quite high.
Yeah. And at that time, people were like, always forward. Yeah.
Because I remember my first bride was 150. 150 Yeah. Then we make with hair, that is 250. 350.
I'm curious, what is it about the products that you use that can make someone's makeup stay fresh from midnight to 3 p.m., 6 p.m.?
It's the super stay element that they put in. It's a water. It's the waterproof. Okay. Pigmentation that is in the foundation. Yeah. Normally it's the foundation and getting the skin tone. Right. And the skin, what is it called? the skin type.
Whether it's dry or oily.
Some people have a very wet, dry, a very wet, oil skin.
Yeah.
These two are different, very wet and oily. So there are people who just have a wet skin.
Like they sweat a lot?
They sweat, but they do not have the oil.
Yeah.
They do not have that oil. And there are people who really have a very oily skin. Right now I could tell yours is an oily skin. Yes, those are the people that normally have that glow when the makeup sits. It's glowing.
That is the thing. They just use the, what's it called? Like a dewy finish on my makeup because I'm #1 dry skin. Like
you may have a dry skin, but when it's not dry and oil, those two. It can be dry but having some oil. Dry means the water.
Like
the water under your skin is not that much. And there are people who really have a wet, oily skin. The people who have a very dry, oil skin. Their skin is dry, but it has a little oil in it. But there are people who are literally dry.
Like absolutely.
Like those people who are really dry, they will have a skin that peels off and even makes something like ash, that ash something. Your skin comes down and has ash, evu, something like ash, really ash. But when you get the skin type right, the makeup will stay.
Can you work on any person with any like skin ailment, or does like skincare have to be like top tier? Like especially, I'm not talking about like a walk-in client, but like a bride who maybe you're working with for some time and you're like, okay, what are some of the tips that you give them to make sure that their skin is on point?
Drinking a lot of water, sleeping on time. You know, brides have a lot of stress. But me, when I was a bride at that time, because I did a traditional wedding. So at that time when I was a bride, I chose not to stress. You can choose not to. Yes, you can. I mean, as a bride, there's that tension.
There is.
A very big tension. How you choose to manage it is very important. So a skin routine would be good. But I would not advise a bride to change skin products. But like, they tend to.
You want to buy the most expensive
your
cleanser,
what? Your friend will tell you. But your
facials,
darkening, you need to light a bit. That's right. Wrong. I think you would like, as a bride, should light a bit. And then like, what do you use? That's a very wrong thing. What I use is different from what you should use. I would encourage a natural
like natural remedies. Or
natural remedies and facials. For like avocado and eggs and when you use the food, your kitchen has your skin care products. Yes, you can use onions.
Onions.
My husband will always tell me something. But for you don't use anything on your skin. If you had been using something, how would you be? I just wash. Sleep. Actually, I wash my face with geisha. Yes. Yes, you wash, sleep, and use oil. Like virgin oil. Yes. Because why virgin oil? Because they do not have any preservative in them. Like actually those hard things. But many brides will want to go for routine. A routine skincare should be started 7 months earlier. Because it works for 6 months. So if you want to do
like that purging thing that sometimes happens.
If you want to do a real good skincare, do away with the pigmentations. Start 7 months before. Yes. And then when you're using, do not use very strong products on your skin. Keep yourself hydrated. That's drinking a lot of water. Give yourself enough rest. Don't cry all the time.
Because it's bad for the skin.
Not so bad, but you're going to get this line.
Right.
You understand?
I mean, I feel like...
And brides cry.
I don't know what it is about, like, a good crying session. But there's a way your skin feels afterwards. And you're just like... I don't know. I think I'm weird, but like sometimes you cry and like you go in the mirror and you're like,
well, crying is good for the skin. Yes, it is. It is good,
but not all the time.
But not over cry. Okay. You know, when you're a bride, you're too emotional.
You're just like you're pregnant. Then you don't want things to go wrong. Yeah.
Overthinking. Please reduce it. Trust. Actually, brides should trust their service providers.
Right. Like they know best, and you guys have seen everything. So when it comes to like that kind of advice, it's just like, hey, friends can mislead you.
Exactly. I was about to tell you, do not listen to your friends. Please, bride, please. Do not listen to your friends. Actually, friends.
Was there a piece of advice you overheard, like from someone's friend, that you're just like, oh my God, no?
Yeah. Yes, I have had. You know, many friends want to live their lives. In others,
yeah, they think their choices are the ones that everyone should make. So. Yeah.
Do not let your friend live your day. Like, do not let your friend live your day. It's your day. Girl, it's your day.
Yeah.
Do not let your friend live your day.
For example, where did you see someone do that?
I booked a bride. Her husband was so happy when I did her makeup. The husband said, you must use that makeup artist. Actually, I have had those things a lot, where I work on the bride and her husband is like, we are not changing the makeup artist. Whether you like it or not, we are not changing. Actually, even Sheila, it was her father that recommended me.
Yeah. Okay.
Up to date, the picture, he posts that my makeup. He says, this is my Sheila. This is how I want her.
Yeah. Okay.
So I get that a lot, men recommending their wife. So, and then the matron is like, no, we can't use her. For the you can't give somebody. You can't give somebody all the functions.
Kuchala. Why would I want to change?
Mbaga. No.
Why would I want to change? Oh my goodness.
And this bride is scared because I was heavy. She thinks, I mean, when I came for her Kuchala, I was really heavy. Yeah. And this pregnancy had really done me justice.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, pregnancy can humble you. And it had really humbled me. And I'm working on her and I am seated and I look really tired. But she did not know that when I booked her, I booked her knowing that by the time I go to do her makeup, my baby will be like 2 months.
Yeah.
So I do her Kuchala and then I know by the time I do her Kwanjula, my baby will be like 2 months. I'll have recovered 2 to 3 months. So I do her makeup and everybody's like, you should be able to do your wedding.
Right.
And her husband is like, the two choose. We are not changing this girl.
Yeah.
And they pay me for the introduction. Then they say, we will send the money for the wedding. But remember, they've booked 3 dates. I can't put another person. And when I book, normally when I book the wedding and you have me full day,
you don't book again.
I don't book again.
Okay.
At that time, I would not book again. Now I can book because I have other people.
Right.
So she books me for the wedding, but her friend is like, you can't give 3 functions to the same person. And she gave me good money, very good money at that time. So she pays me. And then she meets me again after booking someone else for her wedding. Yeah. Because this one told her, but she's even heavy. How will she do her makeup? I wish she will even give birth at what? You know. She meets me after giving birth and I'm like, she's like, are you the one? I'm like, yes, I am the one. Are you sure? I wish I knew, but I didn't understand what she was meaning. For me, I kept her date.
Yes.
Maybe she had booked someone else.
Okay.
That's the Bushani bride.
Okay. Yeah.
So I do have bride, have Kwanjula, her introduction, and when they did her in wedding, her husband was not happy. How I know, how people can talk. But I found out it was the matron that influenced her. Another bride I worked on for her introduction, and she did not pay me for her wedding. Her pictures went viral on Facebook. They sent me her pictures. Like, I don't know how many people. Did you do her introduction? Why did you do her wedding? The people are not good. Why did you be so expensive for her? I'm like, but I didn't.
Right.
She didn't.
Yeah.
That she didn't pay me. Like, she didn't ask me to do her wedding. And people are like, but people, okay, you do her introduction, she looks so good. And then she goes and she does her wedding like this. Yeah. So I get those flashbacks so many times.
Wow, that must be tough. But I'm still curious because you've worked in so many different parts of the makeup world. What's the most profitable? Is it set makeup? Is it filming? Is it beauty of like events, outings? Is it bridal?
The most profitable is bridal. Why? Because bridal comes in package. I have a bride, I have a matron, I have about 4 people.
Maids and what,
So 4 people. So all this comes in bulk.
Yeah. You
can easily use it. walk-ins, it's good money, but they come in intervals. And you have to keep 1, 2, 3, like that. But this one will come in bulk. And then for film makeup, our film industry is just growing.
True.
And there's a lot of many challenges in the industry. The money is not yet.
So even with those many hours, you still can't compare with bridal.
Bridal is simple. You are there for a few hours.
Right. No, I'm saying like the one on set, on film set.
Unless if it's an international set.
That's when they'll pay you.
Give you big money.
Right.
Big money. And our people do not know how to appreciate talent yet. The country, just as Uganda, we do not know how to appreciate talent. It's not just in makeup. I think it's everywhere.
The creative space,
The creative space.
I think we're just starting to
appreciate talent. If you go to the people who do soccer, we would expect people in the soccer world to be but you see, that's talent.
Yeah, like I've heard a lot about parents and not being on board with creative.
They don't resonate with a degree holder working in a salon.
You know, a lot of designers, they give them that. They're like, so now you're going to work on, you're going to be a tailor. You're going to just go and sit on a sewing machine, kuchara, and they're like, is that what I really, paid for a degree for? But
I'm glad now that after we went out there, people have appreciated makeup a lot. And I think it's one of the revenue generating space now.
Yeah, definitely.
For many people, young people who do not have jobs, I now find it easy to teach, but I was also picky in teaching because I really did not want to teach someone and they don't practice. I am personal when I'm doing things. Yeah, I am very personal. I want to pass on something and you carry it on. So I had like 2 of my students who are not practicing, like active practitioners. Right. But so they are very good. Yes, but I really loved to work with you, and then I see you opening up and I see you growing. Like when I light your candle, I want you to light other candles. Yeah. But many people would come, you light their candle and they blow it off. Right. They do not light again, which is quite frustrating. But now I find it easy that people are picking up and people are coming up and they are doing makeup. Yeah. And in the film industry now we have many makeup artists at least who do makeup and special effects. We are not just the 3 of us anymore. And I'm happy that at least the pioneers of makeup in Uganda, like Mr. Wawuyo, have been recognized. Yes, and makeup is now growing, and I like it. But I would still say bridal beauty makeup produces money.
Yeah. As we wrap up, I want to know, is there a piece of advice you'd give to someone who is considering entering the makeup space? Are there like, mistakes that you might have had to learn by experience that you might need them to just skip over?
Yes.
What would you tell them?
Well, I did so many mistakes because I didn't have real mentors. I did so many mistakes. I always would not agree with the clients what they wanted. I would impose my will.
Right.
Because I see you, and I see your face, I already know how you will look. I know what will look best with you. And then you're like, no, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want this. And I end up doing what I want on your face. And then you feel so frustrated.
Yes.
So over the years, I have learned, if a client comes and wants a specific look, it is not my look.
Yeah.
It's their look.
Yeah.
I do everything possible to reproduce what you want. If you say I have my own product, I'll evaluate them, and then I'll come down to you and I say, how about if we add this, if we add this, if we add this? Gotcha. And then you're like, no, I have my own foundation. Yeah. I've really had challenging clients. I'll not measure them, but I have clients who would say, I don't use those wipes.
Right.
And I do not use
them. They bring their own kit.
And when they bring their makeup, they say, this makeup, use very little. Very little. You see how I'm saying it?
Yeah.
Very little foundation.
Yeah.
And someone's like, my makeup is almost my makeup is almost done, but I don't want to use your foundation. Use my foundation, but use very little.
It kills me because, first of all, for it to show, you have to actually put it on.
Yeah, that person will tell you, I do not want it to show. So I want a makeup that won't show. Okay, how am I going to produce a makeup that does not show? Okay, I'm going to try, but how am I going? I've learned how to relate with clients.
Yeah.
That's called, I think, how to talk to you.
Yeah, like
get to you to come to my cans and mistakes
like to persuade them.
To we come to an even ground.
Yeah.
But those days, I would watch you talk, and I'll just continue doing my thing and do my thing, and then you don't return.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but I'm losing clients.
Right.
You're imposing your will.
Yeah.
So I think they should not impose their will. Go with the flow.
Gotcha.
Listen to your client. For those ones who don't want to talk and they want to close their eyes, they are really difficult because by the time you're done, she will tell you, but I don't like this, I don't like that,
and they didn't see it. Yeah.
And I'm like, we've been working because there's a client we worked, she wanted a theme makeup. Okay. Because I do theme that has Hollywood, has the Joker,
like Halloween
makeup. Yes, character makeup. So we do the character, and she's like,
that's not what she was envisioning.
No, she's speaking now. You see how I'm speaking. Okay. Oh my God. Like she's looking at the look, she's complaining. But she feels like she should not complain. So like try and look at the expression. To engage the client. Try. Do you like that lip? Should we change something? What do you think here? Actually, I don't do trials for brides. Reasons why I don't do trials. I would love so much to do your trial, but I'm going to charge you very expensively. Reason. After doing your trial, you're going to take it to your friend, number one, to So she'll have a comment. You take it to friend number 2.
Right.
She'll have a comment. You take it to friend number 3. She'll have a comment.
By the time you come back, right, you'll have a comment.
She'll have a comment. Then you call me back. Let's reduce the eyelashes. Let's reduce the eyeshadow. Let's reduce the hair.
And before you know it, there's no makeup.
Then we reduce. Let's add this. Then we come and do. And then she's like, "But this is not what we did on the trial."
Because it's not
but this is not what we did. According to your comments,
right.
You told me reduce this, add this, put this, and others will not return after the trial.
Yeah.
So you pay for the trial. We do it. Right now I'm into teaching. Yeah. Very much into teaching and doing bridal makeup in film. I want to go back to film and do film makeup because I realized there was a gap for me. Yeah. Yeah. As a star. I'm sorry to say, but I believe I have done good in special effects. Yes, I've done good and I've improved a lot in beauty. Though there are people I see that really have good makeup, like I told you. So I advise you do not go cheap on your products.
On products, absolutely. Yeah.
Like
so no Gazaland foundations and what?
If you have someone that is best in Gazaland, but then imports
good quality, yes.
Look for quality. Quality can be found anywhere. I would say that I do not normally buy.
No, when I say like here, when I say Gazaland makeup, it's not like
that's
to like
cheap.
over. Yeah, but like to find a foundation, a mark that's like 10K, and you're like.
I'm going to give you an example. You see the phones.
Yeah.
I'm taking an example of the phones and electrical gadgets. The more expensive it is, the more durable and nice it is. You cannot find an iPhone 16 at 2 million.
Right.
That would be, I don't know, an Android. I don't know what.
They stole it
and got sold. That same goes with what?
Yeah, with the makeup.
Remember, Apple is Apple. Remember, this is this. Remember, Mac.
Yeah.
There's no way Mac can produce a 250 foundation and then produce a 50, one at 10,000. No, it's impossible. Yeah. Just know you're being duped. You understand?
Yeah.
Don't go cheap on products. You're working with people's passports.
Right. Yeah.
You're working with people's faces now to not go cheap. Look for good quality, good things. The more the expensive the makeup is, the more durable, the more authentic, and the way it is. Yeah. For those doing special effects, look for things that will not react with the skin. The skin is very expensive. If you're learning, use foodstuffs.
Okay.
Yes, if you're learning, use foodstuffs. There's corn, there's food color. Use foodstuffs. Yeah. Because foodstuffs will not go wrong with you. Okay. Yeah. Actually, right now, the best primer for very oil dry skin is the milk of magnesia. Oh yeah, yeah. That works for that skin. Why? Because it works on ulcers. Right. You understand? Yeah. So you can easily get foodstuffs and put them on your skin, and they will literally give you the best glow. The best avocado is the best. Is the best moisturizer and the best face mask. Yes, you get your eggs and your avocado, and you have your hair growing, your hair beautiful. When you mix it, and your hair will grow and be glowing. It's food stuff. It's your kitchen. Yeah. Okay. You understand? So do not go cheap. Listen to your client. Don't impose your will. Please don't. This people look, I love mixing colors. And many people did not like the ombre lip at that time. So I would say, this lip will look nice on you. Then I draw, I put the line, I put the in between. The lip looks good. That's not what I want. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. Study the character of your client. Yeah. Is she reserved? I've been working with mature women now, and you can see they are very different from the slay queen. Yeah. Because I've worked with every sphere. Right. And young ones, know the makeup, know the night makeup, know the day makeup. Do not give someone a dance hall makeup. Actually, today I see and I feel so challenged when I see a dance hall night makeup being worn on a wedding.
Right.
Like,
on a wedding.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Like, you're literally off track. You're literally out of space. Like
maybe it's an adventurous bride.
No, not the bride. The people that come for the
right.
Yes, for the party. You're having a dance after party look,
but it's
and you're during the
not the right look for the right occasion.
Actually, not the right look for the right occasion, and study the face features. Our faces are in shapes.
Yeah.
I hear many people say, my face is a dog face, my face is a cat face. That doesn't exist. Many people actually today in makeup just don't go and read makeup. They do, when they do practicals, it's done.
Yeah.
Read. Our faces are in shapes. We have the oval shape, we have the heart face, we have the diamond face. These are contoured differently.
Yeah.
Study, try and study a bit. Because when I used to teach my students, I would give them 3 days of we go through the theory of makeup, and then they were like, we do not want theory, we want practical. But the face has measurements.
Yeah.
Your eyes are in measurements. Your face is in measurements. God is an artist that uses measurements.
Yeah.
Your face is literally, your whole body is in a dimension. So study the face shapes, because I find so many people contouring the same way.
Yeah.
You contour the face and then someone will look much older than their age.
Right.
Then you contour, but someone will look like a baby. That's what I find so hard when I walk into someone to do my makeup. Because I already know the shape of my face.
Yeah.
And then I'm seeing the way you're contouring it is not how it should be.
Yeah.
You're going to make me look so old.
Right.
Way older than my age.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to look, this person look shapeless, round.
Yeah.
So study the face shapes. Put in time. And I would encourage people to go to study makeup and learn makeup, because it makes money.
Yeah.
Makeup, you will go into stock once for 3 months.
Right.
And you're going to use the same products for 3 months. Even if you have as many clients as possible, the makeup will stay for 3 months. Then you dispose it off. Then 6 months, you're still using the same. It's a one-off. It's like somebody going and buying their sewing machine. Actually, I encourage people to go for skill. Get a skill. A makeup is a very good skill. It brings food to the table. And the money is good.
And you've given us so much to think about. I'm hoping that any aspiring makeup artists out there are paying attention and have notes that they're writing, because you've really dropped gems about the industry. Thank you for being so candid today and for making the time. I really appreciate it.
To me. I'm glad you did.
All right. You guys, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.